What is going on, people of the internet? We got our first episode of Fish Tank Friday coming at you guys right now. Basically, how this is going to go is the first episode right here, I'm going to be taking you guys on a little walkthrough on how to get your fish tank. And in the background, you're going to be seeing some video of my fish tank. And I am a beginner. I just put my first fish in last week, and I put another one in this week. So I'm going to step by step teach you how to do it. I feel like I pretty much know the beginner stuff. I feel I'm very confident enough in knowing how to do all this stuff in the beginning. And the first thing, that's what this episode is going to be about. So it might not be a super long episode, but is going to be selecting the right tank for you. What kind of tank should you get when you start? To what kind of fish you want plays a role in it. And real quick again, before I start, I want to say I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert, but I feel I can give good advice that is helpful and it works. Now, the best advice that I have found, and I'm going to give whoever's watching this video, is buy the biggest tank that you can afford. And I didn't know that before. I just thought, I'll get a 10-gallon tank, which is what I have, and I'll get some fish the same day, and throw it all in. And I thought I'd be good because that's what I've done in the past. And for some reason, it has worked before. And I know the video quality is not the best. I didn't shut my blinds during the recording of this fish tank, but future it will be better, or I might be sitting there talking to you guys. But anyway, I would recommend, if you want, get the biggest one you can afford. I could have probably gotten at least a 20 is what I would recommend, because the bigger they are, the easier it's going to be for you to take care of them. The best example, another good example I have heard of this, is let's say you're in a room and the size of that 10-gallon fish tank would be, but we'll just put it in like human reference. So like, a bedroom, like the average size bedroom, and you had to live in there. You were locked in there, you couldn't get out. But everyone, people would drop your food in for you, and that was it. Every once in a while you had to go to the bathroom in there. Both bathrooms, you had to go in there. That you just did it wherever, and you ate in there, and you slept in there, and you lived in there. And then, maybe every other week someone cleans the crap out. That's basically how it is for the fish. So the bigger room you have, the better quality of life your fish will have. So if I had to do this again, I definitely would have bought at least a 20-gallon tank. You can find starter kits. It is what I bought. I bought this 10-gallon starter kit. The only thing that it did not come with was the heater. I had to buy a heater. And do not go cheap with those, by the way. That would be a whole nother video. This one's about fish tanks. So get the tank you can afford, the biggest one you can afford. So I would personally recommend nothing smaller than a 20-gallon tank. But if you can only afford the 10-gallon starter kit, mine was, I think, $50. Something. It was $40 or $50. So they're not the cheapest things in the world, but sometimes you can get them on sales and stuff like that, and it is a great thing to have. They usually come with the tank, a filter, which is what you see on the left side there, if you don't know what a filter is. They usually come with a little bit of food, a little bit of water conditioner, and you do need to get a heater. But that's usually what they come with, and a topper. Because, I have a cat, so he might want the fish, but I wouldn't let him do that. So it comes with a topper as well. But I think I've got a nice little starting setup, and it has changed slightly since your video you're watching on the screen. I have added another fish in there. So I have 2 fish in my tank now. But if you're wanting one of the most common fish that people want to get is a betta fish, because they think it is very easy to take care of and it don't need a lot of space. That is false. They're a hardy fish, so they can be in a smaller environment, but it's good to have them in a 10-gallon at least. But because I'm just trying to reference what a lot of people, what kind of fish they want in the beginning. I know I didn't really know what kind of fish I wanted. I just wanted lots of them. So you need a bigger tank if you want lots of fish. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I know it wasn't a super long episode. Next week's episode will be, I'm not sure what it's going to be about yet. It might be about a couple of things. but it's going to be about something that has to do with fish tanks and getting started. I'm going to make a whole Fish Tank Friday episodes until I feel that I have covered all the beginner topics, and then I'll just go about, what's going on with my fish tank and other things along the lines of that. See you guys in next week's episode. Bye.